men's fragrances under $50. Often, if you randomly buy a cheap fragrance, it may not smell that good, but there are still plenty of really good smelling fragrances that are relatively affordable, and that's what this video is about. So, I'm going to start with a pretty well-known classic, which is Dylan Blue from Versace. Pretty much everyone knows about this. This is kind of the new classic thing for men. It's pretty much a very fresh and aromatic sort of fragrance. Specifically, it has some citrus notes like bergamot, aquatic notes, a little bit of black pepper, saffron, and that sort of thing. Despite the saffron and some warmer notes, it's mainly kind of a cool, fresh fragrance. I find it's really good for the summer, really good for hot weather, daytime use. And it's surprisingly strong, surprisingly long-lasting. You don't really need to use that much for this particular fragrance, and it'll last almost all day. A good 5 hours plus, probably 6 to 7 hours. It's just a really good long-lasting fragrance, and yeah, under $50. So you are getting a really good deal with this, and you know, Versace of course is a really good brand. You can't really go wrong with it. So in general, if you can't really think of what you should wear, Dylan Blue is a pretty good option. Then, not specifically this version, light blue from Dolce & Gabbana, this is the female version. Get the male version. It's more or less the same. The female version is a little bit sweeter and lighter. The male version is a little bit drier, crisper, colder. Light blue, primarily in general, is a very crisp and refreshing fragrance. I find it's extremely good for the summertime for that reason. You're mainly going to get a lot of citrus notes, you know, that crispness that you would want in hot weather. And it's just kind of more of a subtle fragrance. It's definitely not as strong as Dylan Blue, for instance. It's more of a smoother freshness, a little bit more elegant, I would say. More, you know, kind of refined, not quite as in your face as Dylan Blue. For that reason, you know, it's nice just for casual daytime outings. You just want to smell nice, you know. Then, I would say, this is Versace Eros. This is a very strong fragrance, probably not best for your day-to-day casual going out to the grocery store sort of thing. This is a very popular party fragrance. It doesn't have to be reserved to, you know, party settings only. You can definitely enjoy this, you know, in the evening when it's cold outside. It has a very, very strong note of vanilla, very kind of warm bourbon vanilla. It has some other notes, mainly citrus. You got some green apple in there, tonka bean, things like that. But I would say the strongest note is the vanilla. Not a super sugary, sweet vanilla, but like I said, kind of a warm, very thick and heavy sort of like true vanilla bean, you know, the real deal. And again, this is affordable. This is also extremely popular, similar to Dylan Blue, which is also from Versace, of course. And it's nice if you want to do something different. You don't want to go for the typical light and fresh male scent. You know, this is more of a warmer sort of thing. So this is a good option for that. Then, I don't have the actual bottle, but Drakkar Noir from Guy Laroche. And the thing about Drakkar Noir is that it was the men's fragrance in the 1980s. It was like the big deal. These days, not so much, because after the 80s, it was so popular, it was used by so many people, it kind of became oversaturated, and then plummeted in popularity. But because people don't really use it anymore, it's a great way to kind of bring back a classic scent, and it's of course a good scent. It's just that people used it so much that it, you know, plummeted. But the thing about Drakkar Noir, I mean, it was popular for a reason. It's an extremely powerful, aromatic, kind of peppery, herbal sort of fragrance. Very sharp, very refreshing, kind of similar to Dylan Blue. You know, like the classic Dylan Blue almost. Very long lasting, great projection, sillage, scent trail, whatever you want to call it. It really, is a great performer. And, you could stand out from the crowd because these days everyone's wearing Dylan Blue, Versace Eros, So this is a bit different, taking something back from the past. And it's still a good fragrance, It's just a well-made fragrance. And I think it's like $30, and you can get a nice, decent-sized bottle for that price. And the last one on my list is Davidoff Cool Water. A lot of people pass off Cool Water because it's kind of, typical. People think maybe it's a bit bland, but it's not. I would say it's one of the most refreshing men's fragrances out there. I mean, Cool Water, it's in the title. You're gonna get this very aquatic, very fresh, clean kind of sort of fragrance, like you went to the beach. It's the middle of summer. You're getting this ocean mist. It's just it's light. The main qualm here is it's very light. You're obviously not going to get the same longevity as, heavier fragrances. That's just how these light notes behave. But besides that, besides the longevity issue, because you can reapply it throughout the day, besides that, it smells really good. It's a classic masculine scent, not too strong, not in your face, show off sort of fragrance, just kind of a mild, subtle, very, very appealing, pleasant fragrance. And this is actually under $30, at least as of the moment I'm recording this. I think it's about $29. So it's, a classic sort of scent. Perfect for the daytime, casual outings. Just, you could even wear it at home. If you just want to smell nice at home, put on Cool Water, you'll smell great. And Sillage is moderate, of course. Like I said, it's a pretty light fragrance. It's mainly going to stay pretty close to you, but it's still very pleasant. You smell good. It's a simple but effective fragrance. And those are pretty much the main options that I have for men's fragrances under $50. Of course, there are a lot more different ones, but I find that those are really the main ones that smell good and perform well. So that's pretty much all I have to say about that. If you have any opinions about these particular men's fragrances, you can always leave those down in the comment section down below. If you liked the video, leave a like, maybe subscribe, and I make videos throughout the week, so stick around for those.